Hi guys, today I'll be teaching us how to make this simple but cute, lovely shift dress. It's pretty easy to make. So welcome to my channel. My name is Victoria. Today is the first time I've come across this channel. You're welcome, and please kindly like, comment and subscribe to my channel. So like I said, we're going to be starting off by drawing out our starting line. We're going to be drawing out half an inch at the top. This will serve as our starting point. So for this tutorial, we'll be making use of our freehand method, and I'm using 2 yards of fabric. So I'm a size 8, so 2 yards is fine. So I've drawn out the starting line. I also went ahead to draw out 1 inch for both the back and front. 1 inch is going to serve as the zip for the back, and 1 inch for the slit opening at the front. So I'm going ahead to measure my shoulder, and then I used 8 inch for the sleeve. So I measured 9 inches for the sleeve opening. So 9 inches, I'm going to be using half an inch to sew it at the down part and half an inch for the top. So what I'm doing now is I'm going ahead to measure my waist. So that's my waistline, and then from the waist I measure 8 inches. For me, my waist to my hip is 8 inches, so that's what I just drew out there. And I'm going back to the top to measure my full length. My full length is 37, so I'll add 1 inch for the taping at the down. I'm so sorry that this is out of camera view, I didn't realize. So but that's what I'm doing right now, just measuring my full length and adding the allowance that I'm going to use to tape the down part of the dress. Okay, so we'll go ahead and draw these lines into a straight line. So for my waistline, I'll draw it into a straight line, and then I'll go ahead and do that for both the hip and also the full length. All right. So we're done with drawing out the lines. So what I'll do now is to impute my body round measurements. So that is for my chest line. So I'm going ahead now to measure my bust point. My bust point is 10. So the line on above it is my chest line. So I'm just going to draw that into a straight line. So then we'll go ahead and start measuring our body, our round measurements. All right. So for my bust measurement is 36. 36 divided by 4 will give me 9. So I'll go ahead and impute my 9 on my chest line. So I input my 9 on my chest line, 9 inches. Then I'll go down to my waist. My waist is 30. 30 divided by 4 will give me 7.5. So I'll go ahead and chalk down my 7.5. I'll do the same to my hip. My hip is 40 divided by 4, 10. So I've gone ahead to chalk down the 10 inches. So I'm going to take that same 10 inches to my full length. All right, so this is not a gown where you have to taking away anything. So we're just using it, the hip line under. So I'm going ahead to add 1 inch for sewing allowance. So 1 inch on the bust line, 1 inch on the waist, 1 inch on the hip line, and 1 inch on the full length as well. All right. So from the sleeve opening, I'm just going to create a curve to meet my bust point, right? So from the sleeve opening, you just kind of create a curve, meet your bust point line, and then from there you draw that line into your waist, then the hip, then from the hip you just draw a straight line down to the full length. Okay, so we're almost done with this measurement. Like I said, it's very easy. I'm just checking to make sure that everything is the same. So just smoothing that out, make sure that everything is aligned well. So for the neckline, I'm using 3 inches for the width and 3 inches for the back. I'm using 1 inch. For the front, I'm using 6 inches. So I'm going to just go ahead and draw out the back neckline, 3 inches by 1 inch depth. So draw out the back neckline. So for the front is 3 inches width and 6 inches for the depth. Okay, so we're using a V neckline. So we're going to be marking 1/2 inch for our shoulder slope. Just connect that into a straight line. So I'm just checking to see how many inches we have there for our sleeve opening. Now I'm going ahead to cut out the back first. Cut out the back neckline first, then we'll go ahead and cut. We'll go ahead and just cut out the gown. So we'll cut out the shoulder slope next, leaving 1/2 inch at the top for sewing allowance. Alright, so I just slit the sleeve open. And then for the back, we're going to eliminate zip bulge at that back. So I'll go in at my waistline by 1/2 inch, then just slant that from the top into the hip area. Alright, so once we do that for the back, we're done with the back pattern. So I'll take out the back pattern so that I can cut out my front neckline. So in order to do this, you just fold it in and then just cut it out. Okay, so I'm going to leave this for now, just so that when I try to sew it together, there's no any issue. Alright, so we're done with the cutting. Is that easy? So now we're going ahead to measure for our pocket opening. I'm going in by 6.5. I'll do that for both the front and the back. I'll do that for both the front and the back. So I'm using 6.5 for the pocket opening. I'm just arranging. So I will nip from that point. I'll just nip it so that when I'm sewing, I'll know where the pocket is supposed to sit. Alright, so we'll do that for both the front and the back. So we're done with that. Now we're going ahead to cut the pocket. So I'm just using my hand to measure the pocket opening, and the depth is about I'm just going ahead to make sure that I have the same opening for the sleeve as I left on the actual pattern. Alright, so this pocket depth is about 14 inches long. Alright, so the width, the pocket opening is still 6.5 as on the material, as on the pattern as well. Alright, so for this I'm just marking the wrong side of the fabric. So we're going straight into the sewing. We're going to be using bias tape to turn the neckline for both the front and the back, just so that we can have a good finishing. So what I'm doing here is turning the front neckline for both the two pieces. So Just going ahead to turn the neckline. So after turning the neckline, I'm going to go ahead and join the front piece together, leaving the slits open. So I'm going ahead to turn the back neckline as well, and that's the back. So after joining the back, we'll now join both the front and the back together from the shoulder. So that's what I'm doing right now, join both the front and the back. So I'm going ahead to tape down the sleeve with the allowance for both sleeves. Then I'm going ahead to join the side of the dress, both side of the. When you are joining, when you get to the pocket area, you leave that side, you jump and then stitch all the way down. So right now we're going ahead to stitch the pocket. I didn't realize that it was really out of camera frame, so I'm really sorry about that. Well, I'll just go ahead to sew down the pockets. After I'm done with sewing the pockets, I went ahead to sew down the suede design in front of the gown. So I did that for both sides of the dress. Alright, so after that, we're almost done with this dress. It's that easy. Once I'm done with sewing down this suede, I'll go ahead and just sew in the zip at the back of the dress, and then we'll practically be done with this dress. Okay, so it's that easy to make. All right, so we're done, and this is the result. The dress looks very nice. So if at this point you have not liked this video or subscribed to my channel, please go ahead and do that right now. Thank you for watching. See you in my next video. Bye.